Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another stream by Jay. Today we've got a few different bits and pieces I want to show you guys, so we'll just give a few minutes a few minutes for people to join the chat. I see Toby's there, we've got Stocks, Pusher, Lex, Martin, a few others. We've got Mr. Evil Genius himself, hey man, ISO Yeah, Pusher, we've got an ISO board on there. We've got Egler subscribing. Thank you, Egler. Well done, dude. Thank you very much. Egler on there. Anarchy as well. Sorry about that, guys. I was just taking a few minutes to get ready. It's been a manic day today, and I realised that whilst I'd set everything up on the computer, I hadn't actually got the boards and everything ready that I was going to be looking at tonight. It was all set at the back end. Wow, West Foxtrot, Toby, Stocks, all thank you very much for the subscriptions, guys. Thank you very much, really appreciate that. As you might have guessed, this is our affiliate stream. So as of last week, we made affiliate with Twitch, which means that I can now take subscribers and stuff like that. Now, one thing I do want to say, any subscribers, donations, Twitch bits, anything like that, I see Toby's already donated 100 bits and things like that as well. All of that kind of stuff is going to go towards future giveaways. It's not going to be for anything other than making good stuff to give away to you guys, and try and make the most of the community, rather than do anything else with that. Yeah, I'll put ISO straight out there. Yeah, Toby, calm down, man. It's all right. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. What we're going to do first of all, though, guys, is we're going to start off with a little bit of unboxing. So I've got a couple of things to show you, and then we're going to start to move on to the VE.A. So it's not going to be a really long stream today. We're going to start with a bit of de-soldering, talk about the designs for the VE.A, and how we're going to proceed with it. We're going to do a bit of a giveaway towards the end of the stream as well, maybe an hour and 10 minutes time, and we'll see where we get to. So yeah, but the first thing I wanted to show you guys was this. This is the Punchy 66, also known as the Royal 66. This came in the post earlier on this week. I have shared some pictures around, so some people might have seen that. It's not a Hyper 7 as a giveaway. No, sorry, Lex. Maybe later on, but in a few weeks' time. There might be some more announcements coming on the Hyper 7 front as well, so do keep your eyes peeled. Toby, please mute pussy. Yeah, Pusher, be careful. But anyway, this is the new board that we've got from Beaming Robot. He's managed to proxy this for me. So this is the Royal 66, made by the same guys that are making the Punchy switches these days. So yeah, it should be really, really good. I've noticed my camera's autofocusing a little bit too much. Let me just edit the settings on that. We have changed the camera, so we can now turn off autofocus. So let me just do that. There we go. Okay, so that should be a little bit cleaner for you guys as well. You shouldn't feel picked on, Pusher. I love you. I wouldn't have you in my Discord server. I wouldn't let you know I was streaming if we didn't all love you, dude. We're not picking on you. It's just good fun. It's just good, light-hearted fun. So yeah, so there might be some announcements on Hyper 7 in a while, Alex. So hopefully you'll see those in the next couple of weeks. But what I'll do is I'll just show you guys this. This is going to be built on stream probably next week or the week after, depending on how quickly we get through the VE.A. Okay, so first of all, we start off with the PCB. This is actually a really nice PCB. I'll see if I can get to show you some of the detail on it. Apologies for the noise there. So I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's really lightly patterned, very simple, standard PCB. Does support ISO, which is a key driver for me buying the board. Sends to USB, 66%. So yes, it looks pretty good. Just in here we have the board. So this is the actual top part of the board. Let's turn this around so you guys can see it. So as you can see, 66% layout in this lovely blue-grey colour. It's called Space Wolf Grey. It is quite nice. Unfortunately, the board did have a tiny little mark on it just here. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's a tiny little mark. And we've got Doggo on stream. Here's Doggo on stream. She's down here. Let's put the board away. Let's get the important things out of the way. Come here. Here's Doggo on stream. Cutie little Doggo. Look up there, Cheech. Up here. There you go. Good girl. That's doggo on stream. So yeah, so this is the board. As I said, it's a nice little colour. It is top mount, which is nicer than any of the other 66% we've got going on. Oh, we've got some bits from Evil Genius again. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. Bits for the doggo. Bits for doggo. Thank you. Yeah, I'll get some treats for her. So it is top mount. It's not a fixed plate, but I am tempted to change the plate for a fixed plate. It's got some interesting design features as well. Nice little crown logo that we can see just here. The little dot above the crown logo, that's actually an RGB LED. So instead of having underglow, this board has an SMD RGB LED that just sits there as well. So that will woof, we can all leave now. Yeah, so that will shine through. We can change different colours, use it as underglow. I'm probably going to use it as caps lock indicator or something similar to that, yet to be decided. But I am tempted to go with a fixed plate. I think if we do, we'll probably go with brass for this one, and just work out how we do the top mount. Martin, that might be a job for you in the next couple of weeks. I'll let you know if we're going to change it or if we're going to go with this one. Then in the bottom of the box, we have got the base, which does come with a nice brass weight. So this is the inside. So as you can see, it's quite a nice deep dish display. So it is a high profile case. I'm not sure if you could see that before, but you can see there it is quite deep. So it is really nice and high profile. So it won't have any of the silly clue board gaps or anything like that. So yeah, so this is the inside. Again, this is in perfect condition, a little bit dirty, but it's just where it's shipped. And then on the bottom, we have the nice brass weight with the Punchy logo on there. So as you can see, it's got a nice coat of arms from Punchy. There is a slight mistake in the design here, which is where the flowing script has been not quite curved properly. But again, it's a lovely little design. I really like it. I think the board's great. Finger marks on it there. So yeah, so I can't wait to build that on stream and show you guys it later on. It's really heavy as well. It's a really heavy bit of kit. A lot heavier than I was expecting it to be when it first arrived. So I think it weighs in somewhere in the region of about 3 kilograms. Just the top alone is in the region of about half a kilo, and the base is really heavy. Let's catch up with chat. ISO, yeah, always has to be ISO. You know me, man. Not authorized to access channel subscriptions. I don't know what we need to do with that, Toby. You've got access, you can sort that out. It is a China PCB. Hey Final Frank, we've got Final Frank and Glove Caps in the chat. Hey guys, nice to see you again. Welcome to the show. We've got Geo as well. You ISO, well, you know me, UK. It's one of those things. We've got the bits for the doggo as well. Catch up with chat here. Is this manufactured by Alpha? It's manufactured by the Punchy guys. So these are good guys that have done the Punchy switches, which are rebranded Gator on linears, a little bit like C3 have done with the Tangerines. Max has sent me some over of the Punchies, and they're really nice actually. I think I might try and get some Punchies to build the Punchy board with. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. That's the first thing that came, which was really nice. The second thing that came was again by my good friends at Laser Boost, who have been absolutely stunning in their services over the past couple of weeks while we've been preparing for the VE.A. And what they sent through is the revised left-hand plate module with the correct cutout at the bottom here. So as we discussed on stream last week, I got the bottom layout wrong. Martin created the plate to my specification, which was wrong, and then when the plates arrived, because I didn't have the board when we ordered the plates, it was slightly wrong. But Laser Boost have been absolutely fantastic. They've fixed that for me. They've sent me out a revised plate, which Martin corrected as well. So that came just a couple of days ago, and that's what enables us to start on the project a little bit earlier than planned. So now we have both the left and the right plates in this lovely copper colour. Well, it's 2mm thick copper, or it measures 1.89mm on my calipers. So this is what we're going to be building the board with. So it is fixed layout plates specifically for the VE.A. Just as well as that, a lot of you know me in real life. My surname is Flynn, and one of the things that Laser Boost have also done is they've kindly sent me a little cool logo with my surname on, and they're going to send me a house number as well. So these are going to go outside my house just to announce the name and number of the house effectively. But I thought that was a nice little touch. This is actually really thick, so this is 4mm thick copper. It's just a lovely piece of material, and it's a really nice little keepsake from them. So do check Laser Boost out. I know the prices have gone up recently, but they are really good guys. They do want to do the best buyers. I know they've got a lot of plans for things coming. Hopefully we should see some changes soon to things that they've got. So do keep them in mind, guys, and do try and use them if you need any plate requirements. Excuse me. So as I say, we've had a few bits and pieces in the post this week. In terms of other keyboard related news, other things we've done is fix Mel's clue board. This is where the underglow had an issue at the front and the case didn't fit together properly because the underside of the case wasn't grooved out correctly for stabilizers in certain positions according to Mel's specification, which the board should support but didn't correctly. So we fixed that earlier on today rather than do it on stream, so that's going back to Mel tomorrow. I think that's it for keyboard news. Oh, the other big thing for keyboard news as well is my TGI Alice has finally shipped. I got shipping notification for that this morning, so that should be here in a couple of weeks. We're going to build that with some Nixie switches, which we're going to harvest from the Nixie board I showed you on stream a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see where that gets to in terms of a build. So yeah, looking forward to that. Catch up with the chat again. Oh, we've got the real bit shifter on. Hey man, good to see you again, dude. We need to catch up with some beers next week. I've got Mel and Noel. Hi Mel, good to see you again. Your clue board's done. I'll sort out with you after the stream how you can pick it up and we'll sort that out. Smells like a scam. It's not really a scam. I think it's just their manufacturing tolerance. I think their polishing takes off a fraction of a millimetre on the top and the bottom. I think that's what occurs to the 1.89. Surname is Big Baller. The surname is cool. Yeah, I really like it. It's mint. Yeah. My first name's J. Well, it's not. My nickname is J. My initials are JAEF. So J Flynn is where my name comes from. But yeah, that's it. Final Front still cheaper alternatives, still better than a lot of alternatives as well. If you look at Laser Masters and some of the other ones, the quality is better with Laser Boost by far. So yeah. Do you already use a copper plate in any board? Yes, I've got two boards with copper plates, and I've got a GH16 wooden case with a copper plate in. It gives a much thockier sound. The sound's deeper than brass. It gives a more resonant note than brass, but also the plates are a little bit thicker as well. I've got copper plates to build into the X75, which hasn't been used, but I have put switches and typed on it with no PCB underneath it, so it's not quite representative, but again, it does sound thockier. But copper for me is mainly because it's very, very similar in composition to brass from a metallurgy point of view, but I just prefer the looks of copper. I think it looks great, I think it looks stunning, and we can always burnish copper as well to get that lovely oil effect on it as well. Or you can even just let it weather and gain patina over time, where it gains that lovely nice green sheen as well. So there's lots of bits and pieces you can do with copper. Got Lunatics in there. Hey man, good to see you again, dude. And Fax hit you up about stabs. I forgot to message you yesterday, but I do need to message you again. Booked a slot with the Missus. Nice, good bit shifter. Yeah, we can definitely have a beer. I've got XNR TV. Hey man, good to see you on stream. How much did you miss? You just missed an unboxing of the Punchy Royal 66, but there are pictures on MK UK if you want to go have a look at that. Theo. Matalek, just watching LCS EU, good man. The Holy Pandas aren't great, that username is searching for a timeout. Jordan, yeah. Melon, no, I think I'm doing copper for the TX65 with what you've said. Yeah, copper in the TX65 would be great. So I recently sold my TX65 to fund the VE.A, and that had a brass plate and it sounded absolutely amazing. So I don't know if Tyson's watching, but Tyson has that now. But it is really, really good. And I think copper will just improve on that, especially with the one that I know you're getting, Mel, which is the white one. So yeah, it'll look great. Holy Pandas aren't great. Holy Pandas aren't not great. Yes. No, Holy Pandas are good. I like Holy Pandas. Alps okay. Yeah, Alps are good. In fact, we might be talking about Alps later on this afternoon. Pi Parker, yo, hey man, good to see you, dude. Good to see. I've got Lunatics back with the pandas. Yeah, panda switches, meme switches. Okay, so today what I wanted to do is just get on with building part of the VE.A. Now, when we look at the VE.A, as a lot of you know, it already has switches in. This is how the previous owner built it. It's not to my cup of tea. Blue switches, not really my kind of thing. LEDs, yes and no, but these are really bright white, so not for me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start taking this apart and show you how it's constructed first and foremost, test fit the plates, make sure everything aligns from that perspective and that we can still put the case back together. And then what we'll do is we'll start to desolder some of the switches and take out some of the LEDs as well. We'll see how far we get. I don't intend to bore you too long with that, and then we'll go from there. So rope LEDs, yeah, it's going to be a pain, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. I'm not great at desoldering either. The tool I have is one of these, which is a heated solder sucker. So it's been warming up for 10 minutes, so it's quite warm. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting little job. But we'll put the board down in a minute and we'll crack on with the desoldering. So it is you. I thought that name seemed familiar. Do I know you, XLR-TV? I don't know that nickname. I'm not sure. Glove caps, didn't know I had a double 2U on the right half. You can have it as double 2U on the right half. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the double backspace, sorry, the 2U backspace, and then I'm going to have two singular switches at the top as well. So it's going to be a little bit different to this layout is what the final one is, and obviously we're going to be ISO as well. But the rest of it is broadly similar. The bottom row is pretty much the same as well. Never had the luxury of trying them on a daily basis. Do you mean Alps? Yeah, Alps are really good. Alps are really good. With LEDs, I hit both pads and pull the LED. What I'm going to do, Martin, is I'm just going to desolder sucker every single pad. The LEDs and everything else I don't care about. Even the plate can get damaged. As long as I don't damage the PCB, it's all good. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just lever them out once they're desoldered. And if I snap the legs, snap the legs. If we rip the heads off the LEDs, we rip the heads off. Very much the same goes for the switches. These aren't switches that need to be salvaged or reused or anything like that. So whatever comes of that, comes of that. I have literally that one. It doesn't do the job properly. I've desoldered a few boards with it. I've not had a problem. The trick is keeping it empty and clean, which we'll do as well. I hope that desoldered things doesn't die on you. It's done 4 or 5 boards, as I say. A few boards. If it does die and it doesn't work, then well, hey, we'll look at the construction of the thing, and I'll get a proper desolder gun. I don't desolder often enough to need a proper gun usually, so it's just one of those things. The mechanism to hold the plunger down doesn't work after literally 10 minutes of use. It's been fine for me. So yeah, it's all different strokes for different folks, I guess. It's done a few boards. I think a lot of it's how you look after it. Make sure you're cleaning the inside of the barrel out after you've solder sucked as well for a bit, and yeah, just look after it in that respect. So what we'll do is we'll just desolder one side of the board today. I'll show you a little bit about how this is put together. So the first thing you'll notice is that the screws on this, they are actually nylon screws. So this helps to protect a lot of the board. These screws are just basically plastic. And there's just 4 of them that clip and hold the board together. Yeah, it will be better layout than going with the 2Us. I think that's just a bit weird, and I don't always have the caps for that with most GMK sets as well. Although I would with what I'm going for, because I've got 2 versions of it. So that's it desoldered. As you can hear, oh, it's horribly rattly. Listen to that. Terrible stabs. Terrible stabs. Chinese fake ones by the looks of them. The board comes apart a little bit like that. So how this works is you've got the bottom case, and then you've got an internal liner, which is for the underglow. Now these are what I'm going to try and get remade in walnut. I'm going to try and do them myself, and just use this as a bit of a template and see how we get there. If it looks crap, we'll just go back to the plastic, but that is something we're going to look at. Put that back in there. As you see, they slot together really nicely, really firm. In terms of the bottom of it, again, the stabs just sound horrible. It's screwed in at a few points along there, just into the top case, and then the PCB is soldered to the plate. So we'll just undo these. I need a smaller screwdriver. Desoldered, not yet. It will be. We'll get it done. Those stabs on mine should be banned. Yeah, they look like Chinese ones. I'll know more when I get into them properly and I can take it apart. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the VE.A itself is absolutely lovely. It's an amazing bit of kit. I'm so glad I managed to pick one of these up finally. Okay, there we go. So you can see that the top of the case is just a piece of metal, effectively, that just bends like that and just slots into. You can see where the top mount part of the plate slots in. That's for the SATA port that connects them together. But yeah, just really nice bits of metal, chunky. It's actually quite heavy and solid. Yeah, it's a nice piece of metal. So here we have the board. As you can see, the soldering's not the best. There's quite a lot of bits where there's very little solder, so what we might end up having to do is having to resolder some of these to desolder them. What we'll do is we'll start with the LEDs. We'll try and desolder a row of LEDs, and then we'll start on the switches. We'll see where we get to. We'll price some of them out, but yeah, we'll see where we'll see what happens. I'm not going to electrocute myself. Nothing's plugged in that's going to electrocute me, so we'll be all good. And you guys will see how my desoldering sucks, to say the least. This is the part I'm least looking forward to in terms of the build itself, is desoldering this entire board, but we have to do what we have to do. So as I say, the one thing that you have to bear in mind with the desolder guns is constantly trying to keep the airway clear, making sure there's nothing in it. I do try and clean it out quite a lot. I'm not sure if that's going to show up. You can see it's fairly clean. There's nothing in there all the way down. But yeah, it should be okay. Oh, nice! Just sent out my first newsletter. Oh, good, well done, dude. Get the saucer out to remove those switches. Yeah. I want to kind of protect this. I don't really want to ruin it, so we'll see how it goes. The only other thing I have to desolder though at the moment is the Nixie board, which is going to be used for the Alice when that arrives. So as long as this survives to do 2 more boards, it's good. If not, we'll buy another one as well. Lubing switches as well. Nice one. Oh, for the Alice, yeah, good man. Yeah. What switches are you lubing? Let me know in chat. Tobbles, get the solder out and remove it. So wait, no, we're not doing that. Talked about desoldering. Mine keep getting discerningly hot. Yeah, they do. They get really hot. This one gets hot right the way up here sometimes. So it's not just like here. That's barely touchable. Just down there, it's red hot. How do you clean the thing out? So I have what I do is I take it apart and then I heat up the filament and just push air through it. I've got like a little brush that I push through it. It's like I say it's brush. It's not really a brush. It's more like a thick bit of wire that doesn't melt on the soldering gun, and I push it out, take the screws off and everything else as well. Jay, do you have an Amazon link for that thing anywhere? Yeah, I can send you one. It was about 12 quid on Amazon. I think if you search for Duratool desoldering pump, it comes up. It's about 12 quid. Look for the yellow icon. You can't miss it. So right, let's get into this and see how we get on. So the trick usually is to just pop it on and try and heat up and remove. That's one LED side done. Okay, that's one LED done. This is where it takes us a while. There's 2 LEDs done. What I try and do with this as well is when I put it over the solder, I try and move the gun to the side so that the suction effect actually sucks onto the PCB and it sucks it as much as possible. So I don't do it dead over the centre. There's another one done. far too many switches in this damn thing. So whoever did this used pretty good solder. It's coming out relatively easy. Okay, let's take a look and see how many of these LEDs come out now. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 come out nice and easily. Let's use some flush cutters and try and lift these out. It's loose. It's not coming. There we go, 1 out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if this last one come out. 7. There we go. Oh, that one's left a pin in. Oh well. So we've got 1 pin left to desolder on there, which we can do later on. So that's not bad. For the sake of $10, as I say, I think this does the job. As you can see, I thought that was fairly good. Always make sure we clean it out. What we'll do now is we'll try and desolder these switches. Now, as I say, a lot of these don't have enough solder on, so it might be a bit of a struggle. Just catch up on chat for a little bit. Engineer SS10 in recommends. Yeah, the engineer's good. I don't like the fact that it's not heated though. Tobble's also learned that if it doesn't rebound sufficiently, you can just grease inside and it's mint. Yep. This is going to take a long time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and we're not going to do it all on stream today. We're just going to show you a little bit of it and see where we get to. I don't want to try this, but it's pointless since it's only 220. Oh, that looks cool. Haven't seen one arrive for 30 quid. Watched a video of someone taking a similar one of them apart and the internals are questionable still. These are not good. Yeah, I'd like a decent one, but on Amazon.co you get a bit more. Oh, is that a desoldering one? Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, Thumb will hurt later. Yeah. 20 GBP on the UK Amazon. Is that this one? It might be. I'm sure it was only £12 on eBay. It might be a little bit cheaper. Okay, let's try and desolder these switches then, guys, and see how well these come out. There you go. You can see that. That's what you need to do. Make sure that the solder comes out of the slot. PCB's definitely going to need a clean with some isopropyl after this. And some of these switches might actually need resoldering to desolder them fully. So we'll see where we get to. As you can see, the trick is definitely just making sure you keep it empty. Okay, so that's the bottom row desolder from a switch perspective. I do have my switch extractor here. Let's see how many of these actually come out now. As I say, we don't need to worry too much about the plate or the switches themselves. They're not being kept. So that one came out nice and simply. And this one doesn't want to come out. Yeah, that one doesn't want to come out. Bending the switch. Pull it. Big shout out to Max who got me this switch puller. Thank you very much for that, dude. Mr. Westboxer himself. Yeah, some of these are not going to come out. As I say, the trick here is that we only wanting to protect the PCB. Anything else is inconsequential for this build. So 4 out of 7 came out with no issues whatsoever. The last ones are a little bit tougher. Might have to prise this one out a little bit. There we go. As I say, we're not trying to protect the plate or anything like that. It doesn't really matter for it, which is why I'm doing this. The only thing I'm worried about protecting is the PCB itself. Yeah, that one's not going to come out, I don't think. Oh no, there it is. How it pops. As you can see, these are de-soldered. I think they're just held in pretty tight. There's nothing breaking when we prise these out, so I think we're good. There we go. That's one row done. PCB looks good. Doesn't look like there's any damage to it. But we'll test it all afterwards, and if we have to jump some stuff, we have to jump some stuff. Let's just catch up. Jacobs uses this tool to desolder. Yeah, it's probably not the best one. No vacuum pump. No vacuum pump. Dog, you've missed the Doggo. Doggo was already on stream. Jay's suck, not safe for Twitch. Good thing the shitty solder sucker is stream friendly. Yeah, it's stream friendly. There's no noise or anything like that. Just a little bit of a click. Dog heard me say Doggo, and she's come into the room again. Using those cheap ass screwdrivers. Yeah, little dual screwdrivers. I think they were about 25 quid. But yeah, they're good for prizing stuff out. And the IC remover tool from Max, Mr. West Foxtrot himself. Mexbot has some. Yeah, Jay, please. What Max? What? Jay, stop the pads. The pads are fine. The pads are all right. Nothing was decent. Nothing was soldered in. It was completely desoldered. They were just stuck in the plate more than anything with the switches. Being taking advice from Crow, I see. Yeah, I don't know Crow very well, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, we'll crack on with the next round. We'll try and do another few rows. See if we can get the get these LEDs out again nice and easily. So there we go, you can see it's going alright. What we'll try and do is we'll try and desolder these LEDs and switches all at the same time, and then we'll try and take them out together rather than do them individually. Now we know that it's working quite well. I think the trick to these as well is just giving them a chance to warm up, because they do take quite a while. I think this one took about 10 minutes to warm up. Okay, we'll do the switches now. Yeah, it's not something that warmed up instantly. But as you can see, it does do the job relatively well. Trick is always going to be making sure that we empty the tube. Just try and force some air through it. Make sure you can see the solder melt. You don't want to put it on and then not see the solder melt. It's not going to suck if it doesn't see the solder melted. always try and keep it neat. Don't try and hold too long on the bits and pieces, the components. You don't want to put too much heat through them, especially the LEDs and stuff if you try to keep them. Switches are pretty robust. After all, there's just a pin and 2 contact plates inside. Okay, so that should be that row desoldered in full. So we'll give that a try, see how we get on now. I'm going to try and take the switches out. Again, we'll give them a prize if we need to with the LEDs. See if these come out. There we go, nice and simple. Yeah, that was not going to come out. That one has. There we go. Just literally prizing these out. Okay, I think that's all that's going to come out, just gently, so we'll get a little persuader back out and we'll try again. Just catch up as well, check the pins of the switch if you've got anything of the pads with them. Yeah, nothing so far, they've all come out relatively clean. Yeah, they're all fine, so I'm not too worried about them. I really want that screwdriver that Nathan Kim has, it looks amazing. I've not seen this screwdriver, I should have a look. The screwdriver he has is the older ES120. Okay, I've got thousands of screwdrivers. I'm working on the cars, I've got thousands of them. These are just nice little tiny little bits and pieces. Design screwdrivers. Soran, good evening Soran, good to see you again. Would it be possible to show you an example of clean out the desoldering in the future? Yeah, I can absolutely show you that, Theo. I can show you that, not a problem at all. I use a little tub that I've got that's made of ceramic and I just put everything in that and do it that way. I got an RIA kit instead because of it. Okay, good. Oh, Livy bought you one for Christmas. Nice, dude. Nice. LEDs bin. Yeah, LEDs are not great. Jacob, I paid for the copper box plate today. Your VE plate's 2mm too right. Yeah, but they actually come out at 1.89mm, and that's, I think it's because of the way that they polish them. If you go for shiny, it takes off a bit of surface on the top and the bottom. I think they've got a machine that they put it through on a flat basis. So they push it through and it kind of polishes the top and then turn it over polishable. So what happens is it takes a thin layer of material off. So 2mm becomes 1.89mm if you go for shiny. So it's a tiny amount, but when we're talking about fractions, you know, anything can happen. So again, as I said before, we're not really fussed about these switches, LEDs, or the plate itself. So we are going to get quite brusky with it if things are stuck. So, example on this one, it's just the pin of the LED stuck. So that should come out. We're not too worried about keeping anything. It's just the PCBs we need to protect. Try not to do too much damage with the persuader. Okay, I'll try taking this LED out first. This is the troublesome part on this one. There we go. There we go. There it goes, guys. Once we've done another row after this one, what we'll do is we'll start to look at the giveaway and see how that goes as well. And that's just to celebrate the fact that we are now Twitch affiliates, which means we can take on subs and bits and pieces. So as soon as the LED was out, that came straight out, which will all be used for giveaways in the future. It was a bit stuck. Oops. Flicking switches all on the floor. And again, I won't. It's come out, that's the main thing. Just have a look at this one, make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, so this is slightly stuck to the pad. Oh, Toby, Stocks has donated 300 bits. Thank you very much, Stocks. Thank you very much for that. Oh, we've got Gio has subbed. Thanks, man. Thanks for that much for that. Really appreciate the sub. 100 bits for the doggo. You want to see the doggo again? If she comes back in, I will put her on stream. Don't you worry, dude. If doggo is available, she will be on stream. I don't dictate what she does. She dictates to me more than anything. Okay, so that should come out now. Okay, so it's still a little bit stuck. So time for the persuader. So the good thing about the design for the VE.A is the plates are really, really tight as well. I think part of the problem here is getting the switch out of the damn plate, not just getting the switch out of the PCB. There we go. Yeah, no pad. We're all good. We are all good and all gravy. So that's 2 rows done. That only took, what, 25 minutes to do 2 rows. That is going to take a while. I think we'll only do this 1 half today, and we'll probably call it a night, and we'll take track of the time as well. Sorry, putting plus signs in there. Why is the cam stuttering now, or is it my end? Looks stable here. Stable at 60 frames per second. No frames dropped. Looks like you're in Geo. I forgot the numpad was connected. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's carry on. As I say, the trick to this is just making sure you keep the airway clear. If it can't suck, it can't work, so just keep it clear like that. I think what we might do here is might just try and do the next 2 rows really quickly. And then we'll see where we get to. As I say, I'm genuinely not worried about anything that's on this PCB apart from the PCB itself. I have no preference in trying to save any of the switches or anything like that. If anyone does want them, by the way, you're welcome to them. Just ping me your address. You can have them after it's done. They're just old. I think they're MX Blues, or the Gateron Blues. No, the Cherry MX Blues. If anyone would like them, you are welcome to them. The other thing I did do, guys, as well, is I did record a bit of a typing video of this. And the only reason I haven't posted it online is because I still can't touch type. I'm still learning to touch type. And me typing on this at the minute looks like a bit of a special child with no hands and finger pointers on their nose. They would be able to do much better than I would be able to do. It's really difficult for me to use at the minute, but I am learning. I am taking time to learn how to touch type. It is going quite well. The speed's not there yet, but the touch typing ability is. So we're going to give that another few weeks, and by that point, this board should be done. So I'll probably desolder the other half off stream, and then sort out the switches, and then we'll build it on stream next week, I would have thought. And then we'll do the punchy board straight after that, and then it'll be the TGRLS after that, and then it'll probably be the Noxry X75 after that, and what else have we got to do? Oh, we've got a TX1800 V2 that needs to be rebuilt as well, so that will get done. I think by that point we should have the SKB boards 65 and 75 coming in. So yeah, so plenty to go on, guys. Plenty for me to show you guys in the next couple of weeks. We've also got some key sets coming in soon as well. So I'll be able to show you those as soon as they arrive. Should be some nice mail days in the next week or so. There for this row. Always try and keep it nice and clear. So lots of solder. Solder does seem really good quality though. It's coming out really easily. Some boards that you get and you desolder them and take forever. because the solder's being used. It's horrible. Next month you sub for sub. Man, I don't expect subs. There's no need for subs. Anyone who does them, I really appreciate. It's literally going to be for giveaways. That's the main thing. In before DJ swoops in. I don't think DJ's watching this week, but we'll see. Give Jay your parents free Twitch Prime sub. Oh, thanks, Max. When I try to use the ergonomics, I feel like my nan trying to use a keyboard. Yeah, well, Frank, you can make as much fun of you as we want, because you know I genuinely don't care. I'm doing it for me. I want to be able to type faster and more efficiently. That's the main reason I'm doing it, and that's what I think this board will drive me to do. But yeah, please do make fun, because I can't type to save my life. Mostly don't put it away. Keep practicing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. The more I tried using the VE.A, the easier it became, especially on the 10. The one thing that did keep happening, I kept reaching over with this hand to hit the Y key. So I was reaching over to hit the Y key, but the Y key was on the right hand side. That wasn't good. That was not productive at all. But a bit of practice will get there. I'm also hoping that using the Alice will help as well. Apologise, I should put my phone on silent, shouldn't I? Sort that out now. There we go. Oh dear. I keep thinking it's mostly ortho, like makes it harder. Yeah, so I've got a little split orthodox, which is ortho and split, and I really struggle with that. I didn't struggle as much with this or the DCO one though, which is also a split keyboard. Yeah, I guess if you get used to ortho, it's nice. So I'm personally not a fan of it. Yeah, well, the Alice I'm hoping will be. I suspect the Alice will be finished before the VE.A is, because I'm waiting for some custom cables and walnut parts and a few other bits and pieces as well. So I think that the Alice will be good practice for me to use the VE.A as well. So I'm hoping that'll be good. Z is the worst as you almost never use it. Yeah, well, there you go. Using click-clack on Telegram, yeah, pretty much. Getting some notifications stuff for sale. On split off that is something, yeah. Oh yeah, the Commodore 64 cap's probably quite good, quite intuitive in terms of where you put your fingers. The Alice is mine. I've already said title. Once I've got this up and running and we've got the Alice built, you can absolutely borrow the Alice. That's not a problem at all. The Alice is going to be pink with EPGT black on white keycaps. So you are more than welcome to borrow that title once we've got it built and sorted. Some of these aren't de-soldering very well at all. I suspect what we'll end up having to do is heat the pads up to pull the switches out on some. But we'll see. We'll see. Some of these just aren't coming out at all. But most of them are doing alright. Most of them are coming out nicely. And as I say, we're really not fussed for LEDs. This will be an LED-free build once it's finished. So even if we damage the pads on the LEDs, it's not the end of the world. The last thing I want to do though is resort to designing a whole new PCB for it. I don't think I particularly enjoy learning how to use FreeCAD or whatever it's called to enable me to do that. KiCad, that's the name of it. KiCad, not FreeCAD. It's also easy to touch the type of fuse layout that's not 150 O's and actually designed for it. I'm sure it is. It will be ISO for me. It's what I'm used to. You couldn't touch type until you switch to ortho much easier. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the Do I remember what firmware there was the pad running? I think it's Bootmapper, sorry, but I can double check for you and let you know. But I think it's Bootmapper because I had it programmed for some really weird stuff. I think I reset it a while back when I first desoldered it though, so I'm not sure what the keys are doing at the moment. Black and white, nice. Yep, it'll look really good with black and white. Tidal's hooked me up with that. I wish I'd learned to touch type when I was younger, Pusher. I really do wish I'd learned to touch type. You don't use right shift. I only use left shift, so I'm the same. I learned to touch type this year, so not alone. Good man. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm getting there. Half an hour a day, every day. It's working. Max only uses right thumb to type. Oh, it's working as a normal numpad right now. Oh, at least that's not unusable. I had it programmed for some weird macros for a game I used to play a long time ago. So I'm glad that I had reset it. I thought I had, but I hadn't checked. Right index for your spacebar, gang stand up. Yeah, that's me. Chris used one of my boards and his finger got tired. Really? Which board was that? Was it the ANSI? I don't know. But I use 125 grams springs on some of my boards, and I'm fine with that. So I'm okay. I've got Resi in the chat as well. Resi only uses right shift. Hey, if that works for you. You can't even use right shift as you don't have it. Fair. I am trying to learn how to use thumb on spacebar. The problem for me is I'm not sure if you can quite see that there. I find that an uncomfortable position. I just find that my fingers are hooked or my hands arch too much to hit the keys. I don't know why, but I just find it uncomfortable. But I'm getting there. The more I do it, the better it'll feel. Egler, yeah, okay, we've covered that. We've shifted my spacebar as a whole function, works surprisingly well. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I like that. I only use right shift when I tap one-handed. Maybe I will actually, because I've been using 63.5 grams in this and for my touch typing to learn, and it is feeling nice. So 125 grams might be too heavy when I learn to touch type. Yeah. And we are going 63.5 grams in this as well, so we'll see. Okay, let's carry on with a little bit more de-soldering. Most of these are coming out quite well. Some of them aren't, but we'll be alright. In other keyboard news, I've also joined the Dora 67 group buy. I don't know if anyone else has joined that, but that's an integrated 4mm player with an ISO layout as well, with an ISO layout. So that's the main reason for me joining that, just because they're supporting my layout of choice. Okay, let's see where we can get to with these two rows. So just these two rows that we've desoldered there. Apologies, it's taking so long. It's going to be a long process, is desoldering the whole board, but we'll get there. And then what we'll do is hopefully, if we get this side desoldered today on stream, we'll offer it up against the plate, and we'll see how that all fits together in the case as well. Just make sure we don't need to have anything redesigned or rebuilt. That's lost a leg, but it's okay, we can take that out afterwards. That was lost a leg as well. I'd say not massive fuss for saving stuff. We can always desolder the missing parts later on as well. These are coming out nicer now. And even if we do ruin the pads from an LED perspective, the rest of the board should be fine. It's more the switches that we're worried about. Oops. Okay, let's see if we can get these switches out as well. I think we come home early to eat a roast dinner with your family, but your parents are arguing dinner is 2 hours late. We had toad in the hole today, sausages in Yorkshire puddings with all the trimmings and mashed potatoes. It was really good. Boot mapper doesn't seem to recognise it. I'll double check later. Sorry, I'm sure it was boot mapper. I'll double check later on though. Oh, Martin sorted you out. Yep, there you go. Okay, let's see if these will come out nice and easily. We can get a better look at one of these stabs now as well. These stabilisers are absolutely terrible, rattly things. That's pretty firm in there. Some of these switches might need a little bit of heat on the back just to ease them out a little bit. So yeah, I don't know if you can see these stabilisers, but they are horrible, horrible things. They are definitely cheap Chinese ones, and not fax stabs or Cherry or GMK stabs. So yeah, interesting stuff. I'm just going to try giving these a little bit of heat on the back whilst I pull them out, because these ones haven't fully desoldered. So it might be a case of that we need to just give them a little bit of heat whilst we give them a tug. That's switch coming apart. Well, I might try resoldering this one in a minute. Let's try that again. See if that helps. And if not, we'll get the persuader out and we'll see what we can do with the persuader. Nice and cleanly out. We'll get there, guys. We will get there. The plate is really super tight for these switches though, which is not a bad thing. There we go. Again, cleanly out. No damage to the PCB. Just try and get the last one on this side. There we go. Okay, and we desoldered the next row, so we'll try and take these out as well. All coming out nice and easily. The other thing I'm going to try and do as well with the PCB is once it's all desoldered and taken apart, is we'll give it a nice good clean with some isopropyl alcohol as well. Just checking these have actually desoldered. Oops, shattered that one. Oh well, it's out. That's the main thing. Go. When did I get this one? There we go. Switch out. Just try giving these a gentle tug first, and if they come out, great. If not, we'll just get the persuader on them. And then, as soon as we finish this side of the board, we'll start to look at the giveaway. It will be the last giveaway for a little while. There will be one in a couple of streams time as well. Yeah, all these are fairly well stuck. Pretty certain though that they're not soldered. Hold it in. Yeah, it's coming straight out. Yeah, this is by no means, guys, a desoldering masterclass, so please don't see it as such. I'm very much a terror when it comes to desoldering, and I'll just do whatever is easiest to get the board apart. So please don't think of it as anything like a masterclass or anything similar. Don't think of any of my streams like that. They're more just entertainment than this is how it should be done. Yeah, a few of these are going to need heating up, I suspect, whilst we try and prise them off. But we'll get there. We will get there. Either that or might actually re-solder them and try that to take them out. We'll see. See, that should be free though now. Okay, let's just have a quick look. Stock has taken the number 1 point with the bits. Hey Jay and chat, the bases or the slight wrong people. Actually, the difference between Chinese and genuine stabs. They look very different, and they rattle like mad. They are very, very different. If you get them next to each other, it's really obvious the difference. I can take some pictures later on and show you the differences. One feels really bad, shit one just feels really shit. Yeah, that's it, pretty much. It's rigged, calling it, in before DJ wins, fucking rigged unless I win. Tidal's joined, hey Tidal, good to see you again, dude. Go play with your suck bingo, yeah, okay. Desold a quickfire TKL thing with LEDs a few weeks ago. Switches and LEDs, unloaded solid. Man, that sounds rough. LEDs are more effort than they're worth. Yeah, absolutely they are. Can't seem to find the firmware anyway. I will send you it after, Soran. It's definitely out there somewhere. I've definitely got it on the computer somewhere, so I will send you it afterwards, I do promise. I'll dig that out for you and send it over. Right, okay, so I think some of these are either going to need resoldering a little bit or desoldering. This one should come out because it is completely disconnected from the PCB now, so it's just the plate that's holding this one in. There we go. Yeah, completely clean. Yeah, some of these are going to just need a little bit more persuasion with a different tool rather than my persuader. Okay, we'll crack on with desoldering up here in a minute. I'll just see if we can cherry pick one or two more to push out. I think that one should definitely come out, and that one should as well. This is the one that will become ISO enter. Oops, that came out fairly robustly. Yeah, no damage. We're all good. We're all good. And then this one should come out as well. The other two are definitely going to need a little bit more solder to get them out. I say a lot of this is the plate holding them in, even when the clasps are disconnected. They're just really tight into the plate. It looks like it's taken quite some force to get them in. There we go. No pad, we're good. We're all good. Plenty of residue in there though. Okay, we'll carry on desoldering the top. Oh, my wife's here. Hello, wife.
Got a drink or anything?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.
taking care of me. She's always good like that. Wanted to see if I need a drink or anything like that. Okay, we'll crack on, desolder these top 2 rows and see if we can't get some more switches out. Try and fly through these fairly quickly. And then once we've desoldered these 2 rows, we'll have a look at the giveaway, and then we'll see if we can get the PCB and plate apart, and then we'll offer up the new one and see how that looks. Almost another row done here. Oh, we've got Pusher subscribed with a sub. Thank you very much, Pusher. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much, dude. If you have Prime, it's cheaper there. Yep. What desolder is that? It's just a heated desoldering gun. It's not great, it's not amazing, but it's cheap and it does the job just about. So that's why we use that. I know you know what you're doing, Jay, but this is edge of the seat. So, no, the real edge of the seat thing is afterwards when I plug it in to see if it still works. That's the real edge of the seat thing. So yeah. It is programmable, is that little pad, Soran, because I've had it using different things. I'm sure it was that when I had to use different things. I'll double check later on. It's not nerve-wracking at all. It's fine. It's fine. You talk about your wife the same way you talk about keyboards. Yeah, man. Anything I love, I talk about the same way. Yeah, it's the same thing. This is also which I use a fine solder to push the pins from bottom. Yeah, I will do that if they won't come out. If I was keeping the switches, I would be taking a lot more care and time. But I'm not keeping the switches. All I'm worried about is keeping the PCB intact. So that's all we're aiming for here. And it's just desolderer. Yeah, desolderer. Yeah, sponsoring the giveaways. Nice, man. Nice. Okay, let's carry on with this row. See if we can't finish this one off. Yeah, if we end up with some that are well and truly stuck, we'll definitely look at options for using the actual soldering iron to either resolder them in so we can get proper suction on them, or we'll look to push them out while the solder's melted. We'll sort something out. Some of the row done. Yeah, some of these have got so little solder on them in the first place that the stucker's struggling to pick it up. Just like this one here, it's got next to no solder whatsoever on it, and it just won't. There we go, let's come there. Well, we're getting there, folks, but it is slow going. I do apologise for that. It does seem like this bit of solder here at the top is different solder to what was in use earlier on the board, because it's coming off nowhere near as nicely. It's not melting as quickly either. But we're almost there now. We're almost there. And then what we'll do is we're going to work on the giveaway. Okay, almost there. Yeah, the solder here on this top row definitely seems very different to the previous rows. It's a lot less. It's a lot less flexible. It's not coming out as easy. Yeah, this is going to be a struggle. I think the easiest way is going to be to resolder some of these connections if the switches won't come out, and then tug them out that way. And I know it's a boring stream, I apologise guys, I really do apologise, it's a boring stream. Must be like if you're a cable maker and your friend buys cables from other people, giving away other gifts. It was, not gifts, no. Must be like, did you buy camping? No, I didn't buy camping, no, I haven't. I've got SA camping, but I didn't buy GMK camping. Did you have a key set plan for Alice? Yeah, EPBT black and white, as title says, that's what's going on there. Pink Alice with EBPT black and white. How about some interpretive dance to liven it up? Only Chris gets that if he asks for it, so guys, get Chris to ask for it if he wants it. And I do apologise that this is a boring stream. It's one of those things, but it has to be done. It has to be done, and we will get there. And then once it's done, it's done. But I think definitely these are going to need to be resoldered to be desoldered, because a lot of them just aren't coming out. And Josh, it's all about sharing the love, man. Love is something that if you give it away, you end up having more, as the old nursery rhyme used to say. Yeah, some of these just don't want to come out at all. How do I solve the SA camping lack of ISO keys? Do you know what, right, I haven't actually used it yet, but what I am hoping that is Glove, who is in here, he had a great idea a couple of weeks ago where he's going to do ISO kits for sets that don't support ISO. So what he'll do is he'll create some artisans that will match the 4 minimum ISO keys that are needed to support the set. So I'm hoping that he will help me out on that. That's what I'm hoping it is where we're going to get to. It's pinging. Yeah, I probably do sound like your dad making stuff back in the day. It has to be done. Hey man, it has to be done. We'll get there. We'll get there. Glove's smiling, so I hope that means yes, dude. I hope that means yes. Oh, he thinks he can do something. There we go. There we go. So yeah. So Glove has made me some ISO keycaps and some space bars in the past. My SA Naughty space is one of my favourite artisans that I have. I really like that. That goes on my SA Nautilus key set, and it looks perfect, to be honest. It looks really good. So yeah. But yeah, I'm probably old enough to be a dad, Pingo. I don't know how old he is, but I'm probably not far off his age, mid-30s. So just see if we can get these last LEDs done. God, you guys can't smell this in here. It does not smell nice at all. But yeah, this solder actually smells different at the top of the board here. I think it's definitely a different type. Whoever sold this together has used 2 different types of solder. This doesn't smell as nice, which tends to suggest that it's not leaded solder here, and this is unleaded solder, which might be hence why I've got the trouble desoldering. Okay, that's everything at least had a pass over with the desoldering iron. So we'll see if that means we can prise some more of these switches out and LEDs. If we can't, then we'll go back and we'll redo them. And we'll just bob a bit of solder in. Yeah, well, that came out, but not very well. Oh, there we go. Something that came out nicely. Oops. So we're going to have to take that one out with the switch. LED just decided to shatter, so there we go. Okay, I'm probably getting a bit aggressive with these LEDs now, but they are not coming out very easily. But the board is at least getting there now. Some of these LEDs are just shattering before I've even touched them, whereas the previous ones were all fine, so I don't know why that might be the case, but I'm wondering if they were made of a different material or something. Yeah, some of these aren't coming out at all now. Oh well. Back to the drawing board. We'll heat them up and we'll push them out. Yeah, the non-polished copper is perfect. This is polished copper. This is brushed copper. So it just looks really, really nice. I do have the non-polished version on one of the boards. Destroyer of LEDs, yeah. Let's have a look. Mohammed, the delivery god, is outside. All praise Mohammed. You young whippersnapper, I'm your dad. Really? Okay, I'll take your word for it. He may be your dad, but Jay's my daddy. Nice, Toby, nice. Optic Boards is back. George is back. Interesting. That's good to hear. I'm glad Optic Boards is back. I've had many a thing from Optic Boards in the past, from my Persuader. Okay, let's just give a couple of these a try, see if we can get them out. Let's have a look, see if any of these actually look like they will come out. Okay, so this one should. In fact, this one should almost just pull straight out. There we go. Any more for any more? This one should just come straight out as well. Maybe not. The switch is coming apart on this one. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get at least one or two more of these switches out. And then what we'll do is start to look at the giveaway straight after we finish this. That one's held in by the LED now. Just typical. There we go. Don't want to try and force anything too much. Yeah, these stabs are absolutely horrible. The stabs are actually starting to fall back out, so yeah, it's just one of those things. I always think of polished things as mirror polished. Yeah, there's different levels of polishing, so yeah, it just depends on what you classify as that. So, but yeah, everything I have is polished on these. These are polished, which is why they're quite shiny. The non-polished finish from Laser Boost is really quite dull, but that's, you know, sometimes that's viable depending on what you want. That's viable, so it's how it should be. Okay, so I think the rest of these are going to need resoldering to desolder, so I'll probably do those off of stream, just given the fact that we've been live for an hour and a half now and we've not even got half the board desoldered. We've only got half the switches desoldered. So yeah, so I'll look at that offline, and we'll pick that back up next week, by which point the whole board should be desoldered and we should be ready to go in terms of the build. But I did promise you all a giveaway today, so I will go grab what is up for grabs today. So today we are giving away a lovely EPBT set. So this is black on black. So it's got really nice legends. So it's black on black EPBT with the yellow suited keycaps. I can't remember what the name of it is. So yeah, so these are die sub. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. Could you remember the full theme on this build? Copper and walnut with black trim is the full theme on that, and we'll be using GMK Solarized Dark. So in terms of the build, when it's together like so, the tray here, this will be replaced by walnut, so the plastic here, so we'll have no underglow through it at all. We'll have walnut that shows in a band all around the edge. We'll have the copper plates, so copper and walnut. You better see something like that. Copper and walnut all the way throughout the build. On terms of the tent as well, the tent's got two acrylic pieces that slot into the front that are black. They're going to be replaced by walnut as well to match the inlay of the slip design. Assuming I can get the walnut to do what I want it to do. So yeah, so that's the theme of the build effectively. So yeah, so that's how we're going to build it up. And then GMK Solarized Dark, as I say, to finish it off. But yeah, looking forward to getting it to that position. So anyway, as I said, back to the set. So this is what we're giving away. It has some slight usage, but not much. I've used it for about 5 typing videos, and it's been on a board. So some of the alpha keys are actually sat on a board on my shelves behind me, but it's never really been typed on for any length of period of time. So it is a die subset. This is what we're giving away today, and the way we're going to do it today is I'm going to ask a question. Whoever gets the answer fastest in chat is going to be the winner. I'm not resorting to the automated ones, which don't do a very good job, as we found out last time we did a giveaway. And as I said, just as a reminder, this is as a thank you to everyone for helping us get to Twitch affiliate status, which means we can start to have some subs. I think 5, 6, 7, 8 of you sub today. Some more of you also dropped some tips and some bits into the chat as well. So thank you very much for that. So as I say, any donations that we get, they're going to go towards future giveaways. One thing I do want to do in the future is use all of those subs and donation funds to build a board from scratch. And what we'll do is we'll probably do set a budget or buy the board and not the switches, and we'll do a giveaway. We'll let the winner pick what switches they want, and then the following week we'll build that board live on stream for them to their specification, layout, whatever they want. And then we'll give that away, and we'll do that in a couple of weeks' time. Oh, glove caps for the subscription. Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. So giveaways aren't ever going to be just for subs. In terms of future ones, what we're going to do though is we're going to have a thing where subs will get 2 entries when we've got the automated bot set up, and followers will just have 1. So you will have better odds if you are a sub, but I think that's only fair if you are subscribing as well. So yeah, so we'll work through with that. We'll see how it goes. But this is the key set we're going to give away today. It will be a couple of days before I can post it because I'm away with work this week. So I think it's going to be Friday before I can post it. So whoever wins. Oh, Anarchy just subscribed as well. Thank you, Anarchy. Everyone with the Twitch Prime subscribes. Thank you very much. So it will be posted on Friday, so it might be a few days before you get it. So I do apologise about that. But I've got to travel for work this week. So Friday will be the date of postage. Now, as I say, how it's going to work today is I'm going to ask a question. The Gentleman EPBT set, that's the one. Yes, I was calling the suited one, but it's the Gentleman EPBT. That's the word. Yes. Well, hey, Joe, if you win, there we go. I'll cover postage anywhere in the world. That's not a problem. That's fine by me. I'm happy to cover the postage. So whoever wins, don't worry if you're not in the UK or the EU, you'll still get it. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask a question in chat. The first person to come back with the correct answer in chat will win. Now it's a two-part answer, so they have to have exact answers. And we'll ask the question in just a second. It's not 42 Pingu. It's not anything to do with Douglas Adams. So yeah. EPBT Fedora. Yeah, for all those neckbeards. Yeah, nice. Okay, so to do the giveaway, the question's going to be two parts, as I said. The first question is going to be, what is my date of birth, including the year? And the second part is, how old does that make me now? Now, I have given a couple of hints out on the stream earlier on today in conversation, so I hope you guys are paying attention. The first person with the right answer in chat, so what is my date of birth, and what year was I born, and how old am I now? So everyone's probably going to struggle to work that out. If we don't have the right answer within 10 minutes, it's 9:02 now according to my clock, then what we'll do is we'll go with the closest answer that's within chat. So we'll see how it is. So yeah, so I'll let you guys come back up with that. No answer so far. No, what is my SS number? No, nothing like that, Martin. Just literally, guesses are welcome as well, but whoever gets closest can win. I have dropped some hints in this stream and previous streams. I think in my clue board build stream we actually talked about my birthday in that one. If that gives there. Toby, you don't count, Toby, because you're a mod, so you can't win, I'm afraid. 14th of the 2nd, 1986. Okay. Sometime in 87, you're about 31. Okay. Okay, two answers there so far. Neither of them are correct, so gives people a chance. So yeah, so I'll post these on Friday to whoever wins. And then, as I say, we'll start to look at the next builds as well. So the other thing that I want to do is just show you guys how the plate fits while you're coming up with some answers. Only two people have answered so far, so you can only have one guess each. I think if you have more than one guess, it's probably a bit too much. So please keep me honest if I call out someone's guess and I've got more than one guess in there. Okay, so we'll keep going, and what I'm going to do now, guys, is just show you how the plate fits within the case, and this is where we find out whether everything's absolutely correct or not, because it's the first time I've tried to do it. So, if this doesn't fit, rip build, and we'll be ordering more plates in the near future. This is the first time these have been open to the elements as well, so as you can see, they are lovely finished. A few fingerprints on there and polishing marks, but they look great. And then this should just slot into here if I get it aligned. There we go. So as you can see, it fits perfectly into the mounting points. It's nice and flush with the case. There's no lift off or anything like that. We did measure it before to see if it would fit. It fits in perfectly. So there you go, guys. That's how the build's going to look when it's done. Obviously with the walnut inlay as well, so we'll get to that. Okay, so we've got some guesses coming up. Max says 27th of March 85 and I'm 33. Theo says 27th of March 98. Oh, I wish I was so young. 84. Oh, you mean 84 and I'm 34. Okay. 27th of March 83 and I'm 35. Okay, so the date's correct in terms of 27th. That is right. And And the right answer is up there, and it's Mr. West Foxtrot himself. He's got it exactly right. I was born 27th of March 1985, and I am 33. So well done, Max. Keycap sets will be on the way to you quite soon. Theo with about 5 different guesses here. Final Frank, 1981-37. Rigged by Max. No rigging, but you can call it rigging if you want. Sorry, you've won before, so you can't call it rigged. But yeah, as you can see, that is how the board's going to look. So it actually goes this way up. Let's get it the right way around. So yeah, so that's the way up it goes. And as you can see, it's going to look absolutely stunning when we get it all sorted. Just for reference as well, the little gap at the top here, that's where the SATA cable, because it's connected to 2 halves with SATA, that's where the SATA cable is going to sit. But yeah, there we go. That's what it's going to look like. That's what we're going to do. Rigged by real life friends. I've never met Max in real life. So yeah, it is an ISO VE.A. It's not the only one, but that's the case. Rigged to make people from Europe win. Well, I'm barely in Europe, in the Europe channel on the main Discord. I'm very rarely there, so. But yeah, but well done, Max. I'll get these out to you in the next few days. In fact, what I might do is I might send them to Chris and then have Chris send them over to you with the ANSI when that comes back to you as well, because I know he's going to be sending that back soon. Just let me know what the best way to get them to is, Max, and we'll sort it out. But yeah, Max was first with the answer, so there we go. So as I say, I'll finish off the de-soldering on stream. Hopefully when I come back on stream next week, we'll have the Alice to show you, we'll have some other bits and pieces to show you, a couple of key sets that I've got coming as well, and we'll have the fully de-soldered both sides of the VE.A, because don't forget I've got all of this lovely stuff to de-solder as well. So yeah, so we'll see where it gets from that. The other thing I'm looking for as well is if anyone can find any copper paint, let me know, ping me or see me, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me. What I want to do is infill the VE.A logo here with copper to match the plate and to fit with the walnut. So if anyone can find any copper paint, I would very much appreciate that. I've had a look, I can't find anything that looks reasonable, but I do want to infill that logo at some point. Okay, so the Wikipedia says John Flynn was born 25th of... Well, my first name isn't just John, it's Jonathan, so that might be why it's wrong. Although no one ever calls me Jonathan, everyone in real life calls me J anyway, because my initials. So there we go. Top Clacker was rigged as well. I'm not so sure about that. But yeah. Oh, what's that you're linking to, Martin? Let's have a look. What is this you're linking to? VE.A wooden case. Interesting. That's just been posted now, literally just now. Wow. Interesting in that. I will try and get in touch with them and see what they're offering, because I don't want the full case, I just want the inlay part. I do want to keep the black metal case, so we'll see. Oh, copper paint. Okay, I'll take a look at that and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that looks alright. It's cheap as well. Now I know you can get some copper paint that actually has metal content in it, so we'll have a, that's what I'm trying to look for, so we'll have a look. But there we go, guys. Another hour, 2 hour stream, whatever it's been, I don't know. I'll finish off the desoldering. We'll get the board built in the next week or so. I'm just going to pop this away now. And then when we come back on stream, I think it'll be next Sunday night, so a similar sort of time to this stream. The build should be a lot faster than the desoldering should be. It shouldn't take too long to actually get the build done. I estimate maybe 2 hours to do the build, if that. And as I say, we should have some more goodies to show you by that point as well. So yeah, so interesting stuff. So as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching today. It's been a pleasure, as always, to be here for you and entertain you with my shenanigans. And I do really appreciate your support and all of the all of the subscriptions, the Twitch bits, God knows what else, donations. I don't know, I've probably missed a load of stuff, but thank you very much for the support, really appreciate it. And as I say, we're going to do an actual winners build stream at some point in the future, where we get someone to actually win a full keyboard kit. We'll put it together on stream for them, let them pick switches, layout, stabs, all of that kind of good stuff, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, so I'm going to log off now, guys. Thank you very much for that. I've got work in the morning, so I need to be ready for that. But again, thank you very much for your support. I hope it was entertaining, and I love you all. So thank you very much. See you later, guys. Cheers now.